right? Now, let's move on. Because I ain't gonna hold y'all with that cap, right? So, once again, Rodent Rat Jr., right? Reggie Wright Jr. running his goddamn mouth tonight. First of all, I'm gonna say a little prayer for him. You know what I'm saying? Because the brother looking bad out here. I don't know what happened to him. And we know how cruel he is. He'll talk about somebody else's health, somebody else's sexuality. He will kick your back in. And I'm not going to do that. But last week, Rodent Rat Jr. was on the internet and, uh, back to running his mouth talking about people, right? For some strange reason, he learned to keep my goddamn name out of his mouth, right? But last week he was looking, um, about 350 pounds. This week, he's looking about 180. I don't know, but we're gonna say a prayer for that brother. You know, God bless him. But I don't know what's going on. But uh it don't look good, right? But that ain't what I came to talk about, right? Because even though he may be going through something physically, his mouth is still running, right? Now, this smart dummy, once again, now I keep telling y'all, I don't believe the Diddy stuff anymore because of Reggie and Deathrow and how they keep a relationship with the guy who they say allegedly killed Tupac or was in the car, Keefe D. Now tonight, you can't make this up. Tonight, he goes on record right before the trial and says how he is the one that hooked Gene Deal and Reggie Wright, and Dwayne Keefe D. Davis up on the phone on the three-way call, right? So, and this is real creepy to me, right? Head of Death Row Security is on the phone with Bad Boy, right? But you accusing Bad Boy of doing something to Tupac, right? And on the other line, you got Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, the Southside Crip who's locked up right now for allegedly being involved in Tupac's murder, right? But you're the head of Death Row Security. And you on the phone, you are the one calling Keefe D, Dwayne Davis, you, head of Death Row Security, right? Suge Knight's number one man. The guy that supposed to have shot Suge in the head. The guy that's supposed to kill Tupac. And this is why Suge, you please don't be mad at me for thinking that Death Row got something to do with the death of Tupac. Because I don't know why you kept this dude employed, right? Like, why would you keep this dude employed, working for you, running your company, if he was so incompetent and had security to leave their guns at home or don't bring their guns to Vegas or not have their guns on their person, right? How is any person not to believe that allegedly this dude was involved in the assassination of Tupac and the shooting of Suge? Like, why would Suge continue to mess with this dude, right? Now he goes on record tonight, right before the trial, and say that he called up allegedly Tupac's killer. And he's on the phone with him, and he connects him on the three-way with Bad Boy, head of security, or Bad Boy security, Gene Dale, and they all on the phone together talking, laughing, joking about gambling and people being gay and gay jokes and all this other stuff. Like, are you kidding me for not thinking that these dudes had something to do with it? How is the head of Deathrow Security on the phone, keying with the guy who allegedly supposed to be responsible for Tupac's murder? I'm not making this up. Y'all could go watch it when this show is over. He says tonight that he was the one that put Keefe D and Eugene Dale, Dwayne Davis on the phone together on the three-way, and they all talked on the phone together. Why would Deathrow's head of security, the owner of Right Way Security, be on the phone with Tupac's killer and the guy who allegedly Tupac's killer and the guy who allegedly shot Suge Knight in the head? Why would Gene Dale, being part of Bad Boy, be on the phone with Reggie Wright Jr., who was accused of killing Biggie? Why would Gene Dale be on the phone with Reggie Wright Jr., the guy who was accused of being killing Biggie, and who accused Suge Knight of killing Biggie? He's on Vlad TV saying that Suge Knight is the one that got Biggie shot, allegedly. And Russell Poole didn't do his homework right to show it, to lay it out, to prove how Suge is the one who allegedly got Big killed, right? But the same guy that told Kenny, where the next 3 lights, Kenny? The guy that knew that Biggie was going to get shot because he got the call from jail, from Eugene. From Unique Mecca Audio. He got the call from the girl on the block from the payphone. Chaz Williams was sitting at the light watching the whole thing. This is the guy that took the gun from D-Rock and went downstairs to get the cars, allegedly, right? Went back upstairs, took the gun from D-Rock, right? Lied and said he gave Paul the gun, but then it came out he told the truth, or another lie, I don't know. But he gave the gun to Paul, then he gave the gun to D-Rock, but when he came back upstairs, he took the gun back. D-Rock gave my man like that. Why would I give that nigga have my gun? And go downstairs, Kitty, run the next 3 lights, Kitty, and blow it and leave Big behind, right? Now he's on the phone with Reggie Wright Jr., who was a suspect in Biggie's murder and who alleges that Suge is the one that got Biggie killed and said it on Vlad TV. He's on the phone with Reggie Wright Jr. and Keefe D, the guy who allegedly is responsible for Tupac's murder and shooting Suge. You cannot make this up. So 25 years later, Gene Dale, Reggie Wright Jr., and Keefe D are all on the phone laughing and joking. And you wondering why or if y'all saying that Diddy has something to do with Tupac, right? Allegedly, right? If you believe that, right? So are you saying that Reggie allegedly may have been involved in that plan too, for him to be talking to Keefe D? Not only 25 years later, doing a 3-way with the Bad Boy Security, right? If we go back, Reggie met Keefe D in Orlando Anderson and gave them niggas $60,000 to testify for Suge in court. 25 years later, he on the phone, him, Pete, Keefe D, and Gene, they all on the three-way together, laughing and joking about gambling and all this other stuff. And this is the guy leading the grand jury for Las Vegas Metro Police Department. The guy that's on the three-way with Gene Deal and Keefe D. Now, let's go one step further. And now he's saying that, oh man, well, if Mob James testifies and he say he saw Keefe D in that Cadillac, it's over for Keefe D. But you know, Mob James, y'all keep saying he a rat, this, that, and other, but he won't cooperate. You know, if he cooperate and say and go and testify and say that Keefe D, he saw Keefe D at that club, you know, it's over for Keefe D. But Mob James is the same one that said he didn't see Keefe D at the club. One interview he said he saw. The next interview he said, I didn't say that. I never said I saw Keefe D in him. So what kind of credibility do you think he gonna have in court, Reggie? He got as much credibility as you. Mob James ain't got no credibility. If he went on the same platform and said he saw him, he didn't see him. He saw him, he didn't see him. I didn't say that, this, that, and the third. And side note, Mob James, I never said you was Crip affiliated. That not that you had any business uh with Crips. I said I may have said your baby mother lived in the South Side area, which you stated, but these goofies told me I said you was Crip affiliated. Nigga, I ain't say you was Crip affiliated. I said you got people that your daughter and your daughter's mother live in that neighborhood. Never like you was doing you was banging with Crips. I never said that. So those people over there saying that to you is cap. And that ain't no cop out. That's just me being 100. Moving on. Say a little prayer for your man, because something's definitely wrong with him, and he's not talking at his normal pace. The nigga wearing glasses like he can't see. You know, I hope all is well with him, but it ain't looking good. But just to wrap this up, this dude, and I hope Keefe D lawyers is watching to be like, you telling me you're head of Deathrow security and you're on the phone with the guy who allegedly killed Tupac that you went and testified to the grand jury on, the same guy you did publicity for and hooked him up and made money with him with Vlad, Cam Capone, and the Art of Dialogue, setting up interviews. You now on the phone with him and Gene Deal on the three-way. But he killed Tupac and shot Suge allegedly. But you still friends with him. And y'all on the phone laughing and joking together. And you're friends with the guy who killed Tupac allegedly and shot Suge allegedly. And you on the phone with him and Bad Boy Security. What the F part of the game is this? What are y'all niggas doing? Y'all niggas need to get off YouTube because you're killing yourself. You're killing yourself. Talking too much. And so, on that note, breaking news, Misa Hilton has filed a harassment defamation lawsuit against Gene Dale. And you want to know why? Go to my Instagram right there and you will see why. Because Gene can't keep his stories together. That nigga is just lying and lying and lying. Choke no joke, you know what it is, man. You know how I do. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel. But make sure you hit that like button before you go. Subscribe to the channel, all right? And go to my Instagram and leave a comment here. These dudes is bugged out. You already knew. Breaking news. Choke no joke. I'm gone.